Okay, so I was doing a video about JJ to the Lakers. That one might be later, probably, but now Alex Caruso has been traded to the OKC Thunder for Josh Giddey. And, I've waited a little bit to see if Woj or Shams would say if a pick or multiple picks are moving from OKC. And at the time of me doing this, there's nothing. If something ends up happening later, then my bad, but I also can't wait forever to put the video out. But if OKC managed to do this with potentially giving up no picks or very little, Sam Presti, well done. And before more details come out in 3 hours and this little intro looks dumb. We all know that Alex Caruso has been one of the most sought-after guys for the past couple of years for obvious reasons. He's one of the best on-ball defenders in the league. And of course, he's 6'5", so he's got some switchability there as well. And he probably had his best offensive season too. Thinking about him in OKC now with this defense that is already damn good. You got Chet as a rim protector, but Chet can also play high up on actions. You have Lou Dort, tough as hell on-ball defender, SGA, getting out in passing lanes for all of his steals. J-Dub, an awesome help defender. Of course, you got Kaysen off the bench as well, super solid on ball. And adding Alex Caruso to that as well. OKC is going to be one of the most annoying teams to play against. I say that in the nicest way possible. Anybody having to deal with them, there is a good defender pretty much everywhere, whether you're trying to score on somebody, whether you got to make a skip pass with SGA helping, but now he's coming back because obviously OKC's really good at that stuff. And then if you manage to get through the initial line of defense, well, now you got to deal with Chet. And of course, Caruso, he can play as a help defender in his own right as well. OKC, they were so good all season at just throwing extra bodies in the paint. And it was my thing I kept on saying. They give up corner threes, it's by design. Obviously, they lost to Dallas, but okay, these are the type of moves you make when you lose to Dallas in round 2. You say, Giddey, it just wasn't going to work anymore, okay? We get it with Josh Giddey, right? His passing is real. The rebounding is good. But there's questions about the shot. There's questions about just his ceiling as a scorer. And I've said with Giddey, on his best days, I think he's been able to obviously make open threes. That's duh. But also, he has shown some signs as a physical driver who can, make a defense pay if they're sagging off of him, that sort of thing. But again, those have been the signs. That has not been the consistent thing. And we know what happened in that Dallas series when Giddey was in the game. They said we are going to put our bigs on him, which means we're not guarding him. And even if you make a couple shots, we don't care, because what that does and how much more difficult it makes it for SGA and J-Dub to drive, we will take it. So okay, now you have Caruso, who this year was better from 3. Obviously, he's a good ball handler. He can attack off the catch. You can run actions with him as well. And a big thing with OKC is that they're not just standing around and SGA is doing everything up top. They're running little extra guard screen actions, little quick DHOs and all that stuff because they're spaced out, right? So basically, Caruso should improve an already good defense to another level, making them more erratic, making them more difficult to deal with, just driving and his arms reaching in on you and the whole thing, and Chet waiting for you at the rim. So OKC's just a load of good defensive players now. Now let's go to the Bulls. So they have traded Alex Caruso for Josh Giddey, and it has now been about 30 minutes, and I still see nothing about any picks that are moving or whatever. So if it's a straight-up trade, then it's a straight-up trade. The Bulls definitely could have traded Caruso before this offseason. I think it's safe to assume they could have gotten 1 or 2 picks from a really good team, because that was the noise around it. You can just do a quick Google search. I saw one just 3 days ago from Sports Illustrated saying, they took calls on Caruso, offers from multiple teams consisting of multiple protected first-round picks. So, okay, they've ended up with Josh Giddey. I'm going to assume the Bulls fans are not doing backflips about this. Look, to attempt to make the Giddey case, yes, obviously the last time we saw the guy, he was playing the Mavericks, where whenever he was in the game, the Mavericks just said, we're going to put our centers on you. I just did this whole spiel. He's a good passer. There you go. Look, he's a good passer. He's a good rebounder. And we're just going to have to see what it looks like with him having the ball more. But even that's kind of awkward, because Io was showing some real production leaps towards the mid to tail end of the season. Of course, Kobe was going nuts with his difficult shot making. LaVine, I'm just kind of the assumption that Zach LaVine is not going to be on the Chicago Bulls next season, because what else am I supposed to believe just off of a simple Zach LaVine Google search? And then you got DeRozan, who as of right now is here. And look, if Josh Giddey is watching DeMar DeRozan be DeMar, it was pretty fun to watch, 17-footers, the whole thing. We already know what that version of Josh Giddey looks like. It's not a promise that the other version is great, but that's the bet you're making. It'd be a sign of the Bulls finally going to a new era. Of course, the LaVine rumors are still out there. Is it happening too late? Yes, but okay, it's happening. But we'll still have to see. They have to make those moves first. I don't know. Look, man, all you're hoping if you're a Bulls fan now with Giddey is that he can run screen actions, he can get downhill, he can muscle guys around the paint, he can score, he can shoot well enough, he could one day develop some sort of a pull-up game besides just floaters, and he can create shots for Kobe White, and if Vooch is on the team, which I don't know, then maybe they can have a little two-man game or whatever, and then you're kind of going from there. But yeah, Giddey's got some things to prove, no doubt. So that's about all I got. Now, as far as Kobe White, I mean, Kobe's still going to want the ball, man. I mean, his pull-up shooting is real. His tough shot making is real. And you're like, yeah, he can relocate off the ball. You can run actions where, like, Kobe's flying around and then Giddey's making some skip pass to him. You can do that. That's cool. But yeah, Giddey's got to prove some things. And again, we will see what happens with LaVine. Obviously, they want to trade him. He wants to be traded. You do have Kobe, Giddey, and Io here. So you do have three guards who want to be guards. So for whatever that means, I don't know.